details on the mass shooting in Virginia Beach police describe as a war zone. The barrage of bullets that wouldn't quit, the heroic actions of officers running into the gunfire. Inside the firefight, how this tragedy unfolded. The guns recovered from the scene and the accused shooter's home.
There will be 6 victims.
As the dozen who lost their lives are remembered overnight.
Also breaking this morning, missing on the mountain, the fears for a group of climbers, including Americans, scaling a massive peak in the Himalayas, just days after the disasters on Mount Everest.
Out of control, this cruise ship crashing into a dock. Panicked tourists scrambling for safety. The injury count this morning and what the captain is reportedly blaming for the accident.
President Trump facing criticism over comments he made about Duchess Meghan. What the Trump team is saying this morning, is it all a nasty misunderstanding?
Lowry for 3. Bang!
And settling the score just hours away from Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Warriors looking to tie up the series with the Raptors. What Curry and company are saying about their stunning Game 1 loss, plus the Drake drama. Will the trash talk heat up?
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Dan Harris has the morning off, but we are happy to have Tom Yamas back with us here on the desk on this busy Sunday morning. Investigations now well underway in Virginia Beach after that mass shooting that claimed the lives of 12 victims plus the shooter.
Overnight, the community holding vigils, remembering those victims.
Virginia Governor Ralph Northam speaking about gun violence Saturday and talking about his plans to try to prevent other shootings like these.
Whit Johnson is once again live on the ground in Virginia Beach, heading up our team coverage on this attack. Whit, good morning.
Tom and Eva, good morning to you both. Back here once again, as you mentioned, from that crime scene here in Virginia Beach. Building number 2 over my right shoulder here. Still a mountain of evidence for investigators to pour through. That is where this massacre played out. The community here, people who live here, determined to stand strong in the face of so much grief. Here's what we know right now as we come on the air. All 12 of the victims killed have been identified. They included 11 civil servants and 1 contractor. Of the 4 victims still being treated at the hospital, 2 have significant injuries and a 3rd has a, quote, devastating injury. They continue to undergo operations, and investigators have recovered multiple firearms owned by the shooter from both the scene and at his home.
Overnight, the city of Virginia Beach coping with the aftermath of another senseless mass shooting in America. The heartbroken community coming together at vigils, desperate for healing.
Everyone was trying to step out to try to do something to help offset the tragedy.
Mourning the loss of 12 people, 5 women, 7 men, many of whom dedicated their lives to public service.
When you wake up, it's still a reality.
Family and friends still processing the unthinkable.
None of them deserved any of this.
Kim Langer's sister-in-law, Michelle Langer, a public utilities administrative assistant, was killed in the gunfire.
Pure shock. Couldn't believe it. Unreal. Devastating.
Now, 2 days later, this bloody scene marks the deadliest shooting in the U.S. this year. We're now learning more about this man, 40-year-old civil engineer Dwayne Craddock, who police say entered the Virginia Beach Municipal Center armed with 2 handguns and a city ID that gave him access to multiple floors, where he fired on co-workers indiscriminately.
Shots fired, 2nd floor.
I just began to pray and say, God, send your covering.
The suspect, a 15-year employee, died from his injuries after engaging in a lengthy gun battle with officers, leaving behind what police call a war zone.
Please understand it takes not only a physical, emotional, and psychological toll on everyone.
Police and witnesses alike shaken by the scene.
I started thinking, what is our community going to do? How do we move from here?
Hospital staff grappling with the inexplicable loss.
You sort of wonder what's happening to society that's now, it's like weekly almost. It's disheartening.
Authorities not revealing a motive, working to find out why he seemingly snapped. While police confirm the gunman was an active employee at the complex, they haven't said whether his job was in jeopardy or if he was facing disciplinary action. The news coming as a shock to Joseph Scott, an engineering technician at the building who knew the shooter.
As far as I know, I was probably one of the last people to talk to him. It was just a normal, hi, how you doing, have a good weekend thing.
But for others, the anger is still raw.
It's evil, uncaring. You know, I don't want to hear any excuses for him.
Police discovered multiple weapons in the gunman's home after the shooting, but say most of them appeared to be obtained legally. And on Saturday, the suspect's family posting this note on the front door of their Virginia home, saying our thoughts and prayers are with the families of those who lost their lives.
Still so many questions about what led up to this mass shooting, this tragedy here in Virginia Beach, but officials are praising the officers who ran into that building towards the gunfire and engaged the suspect. ABC's Stephanie Ramos also joins us here in Virginia Beach with a closer look at that intense firefight. Stephanie, good morning.
Whit, good morning to you. Here outside the Virginia Beach Police Department, there's a growing makeshift memorial to honor the 12 victims who lost their lives just about 200 yards away from here. Police say because of the proximity to the shooting scene, they were able to get there in just minutes. This morning, federal investigators are studying every detail in this vast crime scene, piecing together new information about what led 40-year-old Dwayne Craddock to carry out his deadly rampage.
The best I could describe it is it was a long-term gun battle for police officers.
Authorities say the gunman, armed with 2 legally purchased .45 caliber handguns, high-capacity magazines, and a suppressor, opened fire at coworkers indiscriminately.
This person was very proficient in the use of a pistol. A lot of times, if somebody is good at shooting a handgun, they prefer to use that because they can be more accurate with who they shoot and what they shoot at.
Officers descending on the Virginia Beach Municipal campus, carefully calculating how to stop the shooter.
Just on a gunshot, victim's going to be in the back of the building, in the stairwell.
Hey, we have any idea where the shooter's at? Shooter on second floor. Detectives coming through the garage. I got a nail down on the third floor with a gunshot wound to his arm. Still looking for the gunman.
The calls flooding emergency lines around 4 p.m. on Friday. Police quickly turning into the targets.
Officer hit, officer hit.
At approximately 10 minutes into officers' pursuit, the takedown turns into a chilling gun battle between police and the lone gunman.
We still have the suspect shooting through a doorway on the second floor on the east side.
You have an officer shot in the stomach at the post office?
Across the street from the post office, we dragged him out. Looks like the bullet best stopped most of it, but he still got a shot to the chest, stomach area.
20 minutes in, officers trying to get the victims out of the building while also trying to get to the shooter.
We need an access key. The doors are locked. We need access keys. I know I've got citizens in one area, the second floor, I can't evacuate.
The suspect, in the end, killed after the fierce gunfight.
He's in custody.
Copy in custody at 1643.
Police say even though they endured a gunfight that lasted at least 30 minutes, they're thankful they were able to take down the shooter when they did before he could hurt anyone else. Whit.
All right, Stephanie Ramos for us here in Virginia Beach. And you know, a lot of people have been asking about that officer who was injured, who rushed into the building. We're told again his bulletproof vest saved his life. The police chief spoke with him recently, said he's talking, he is doing well. The officers who responded also say that the suspect never said anything to them when they engaged in that gun battle. So again, so many questions as to why this tragedy played out. Tom and Eva will have much more coming up in our next half hour.
And a little bit of good news that that officer is going to survive. All right, Whit, thank you so much.
Well, caught on camera, terrifying moments when a cruise ship crashes into a dock in Venice, Italy. The ship losing control and blasting its horn as it smashes into the concrete. Panicked tourists can be seen scrambling for safety as the vessel goes barreling into the pier. And on a smaller boat there, 5 people were injured after falling from that boat during impact. Local reports say the captain lost control when the ship's engine failed.
And we want to stay overseas now to the possible tragedy unfolding in the Himalayas.
A rescue team dispatched to search for 8 missing climbers, Americans among those scaling a massive peak. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us this morning with more. Good morning, Marcy.
Eva and Tom, good morning. We're told with heavy snow and rain there right now, conditions are extremely challenging. For now, halting the effort to find these experienced hikers who were supposed to reach base camp Friday, but have not been heard from. This morning, a desperate search for 8 climbers reported missing in the Himalayas, 2 of them Americans. The group attempting to summit uncharted territory on India's Sekbat never returned.
I believe, from what I'm reading, that this was an unclimbed peak on the mountain. Nobody has actually ever set foot on the summit of that peak.
The group leaving Nanda Devi Base Camp May 13th, led by experienced British climber Martin Moran.
Martin's been doing this for over 30 years. He's been running a professional business guiding mountaineering across the world, and it's been his entire life.
Officials saying weather conditions are hampering the search, helicopters unable to fly in the region. The group's disappearance coming amid growing concerns in the Himalayas. A record number of deaths on Mount Everest, 11 killed this climbing season.
Having been reported missing in the mountains myself before, and I was fortunate enough to come out in one piece, I just pray that Martin and the team are in a similar position.
And the State Department says they are monitoring the situation and are ready to provide assistance to American citizens in need and to their families. The search is expected to resume tomorrow. Eva and Tom, back to you.
All right, Marcy Gonzalez for us there in L.A. Well, now to the race for 2020 and some drama on the stage as Democratic candidates and party leaders spoke about their priority issues at a major event in California.
ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is on the North Lawn this morning with that story. Tara, good morning.
Good morning, Tom and Eva. 14 Democratic candidates were pounding the pavement this weekend in California, what's become a critical state for Democrats who want to clinch the nomination because they moved up their primary. Now, the crowd was mainly progressive. They were literally shouting for impeachment, but our recent polling shows very little overall public support for impeachment. Until now, many 2020 presidential hopefuls drawing the line at impeachment. But overnight, some taking a stand at the California Democratic Party conference, separating from the pack at the largest gathering of 2020 candidates before the Democratic debates.
We need to begin impeachment inquiries so that we have more legal leverage to make sure we can get from this administration what we need to investigate where the evidence leads.
We need to begin impeachment proceedings, and we need a new commander-in-chief.
Shouts for impeachment drowning out House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's speech in her hometown of San Francisco.
Possible obstruction of justice by the President of the United States. As I told you, this is like coming home for me.
Pelosi under pressure to act. More than 50 House Democrats now support impeachment hearings following special counsel Robert Mueller's statement on Wednesday that he did not clear the president on obstruction of justice. Candidates also taking a stand on gun control after that mass shooting at Virginia Beach.
We are not secure if the Second Amendment is allowed to become a death sentence for thousands of Americans because Washington can't deliver common sense gun reform.
Floating their ideas for gun reform.
Those weapons belong on battlefields, not in our churches, not in our schools.
And then this shocking moment, an animal rights activist walking on stage, snatching the microphone out of Senator Kamala Harris's hand. Security jumping on stage to restrain him. Joe Biden was noticeably absent from that event. He skipped California for another battleground state, Ohio, where he hosted an LGBTQ dinner. And at that dinner, he called President Trump a disaster on human rights. Tom?
A lot of moments this weekend. All right, Tara, thanks so much. Let's bring in our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who will be hosting This Week later this morning. George, good morning. I want to start with the news this weekend. So we have 12 people killed in Virginia Beach. Police saying that the gunman had an arsenal of weapons, including a silencer. Since 2016, we've had Las Vegas, Parkland, the synagogue shootings, and it doesn't stop. The problem's getting worse. Do you see this emerging as a major campaign issue in 2020?
Well, it did become a pretty big campaign issue in the 2018 midterm elections. You saw more candidates elected in the 2018 midterms who were supporting tougher restrictions on guns. And you've got some of the Democrats now calling for quite far-reaching proposals, including Cory Booker calling for gun registration, Eric Swalwell calling for gun buybacks. But you still have that implacable opposition led by the National Rifle Association. Republicans control the Senate, and this has been perilous for Democrats in past presidential elections. I think you'll see it more part of the debate. A lot of this will depend on whether young people especially are energized to come out in massive numbers because of this issue.
Yeah, we've seen it with Parkland. They were able to do it in Florida. I want to go back to some of the images we saw in Tara's piece. Speaker Nancy Pelosi at that state convention in California, interrupted by chants of impeach, impeach. She's made it clear that she's not at that point yet. As Tara pointed out, the polls show the country doesn't want it right now. But we heard what some Democrats in that activist base are saying, and it sounds like some of the candidates are coming around to it.
And listen closely to what they're saying, and I think they're trying to draw a line right here. They're not saying we're ready to vote for impeachment. Right now, they're saying we should start impeachment inquiries, impeachment proceedings, and that's where the pressure is on Nancy Pelosi right now, including from members of her own caucus, including her own committee chairman right now. They're not saying we necessarily have to move to a vote now on impeachment, but we have to think about opening up a formal inquiry so it can increase the Democrats' power against the White House, leverage against the White House, and put a focus on what they think are high crimes and misdemeanors outlined in Robert Mueller's report.
We're going to have to wait and see. All right, George, and a reminder, George has a big show this morning. He'll have the latest from Virginia Beach with Chief Jim Cervera, and he'll break down the 2020 race with presidential candidate Senator Michael Bennet, plus the Powerhouse Roundtable. It's all coming up on This Week right here on ABC.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Well, in southern Italy, new video of a volcanic eruption delivering a spectacular display. Mount Etna lighting up the sky in Sicily, spewing red-hot lava and fire. The most active volcano in Europe, sparking into life, bursting at its summit. Etna has been erupting over the last few days after new cracks in the volcano opened up.
And a stunning early exit for Serena Williams. The tennis star knocked out of the French Open's third round, falling in straight sets to 20-year-old American Sofia Kenin. That loss marking Williams' earliest ouster from a Grand Slam event in 5 years. And Rob Marciano is going to join us now on set with some tennis analysis. He's got a great backhand, I hear.
No, I run around.
Well, I'm a little too close to him to be. I don't want to see this backhand.
You look like you'd be a good tennis player, actually.
My mother is actually a stellar tennis player. I didn't want to play tennis.
Uh-oh. But you could if you wanted to. That's the
yes,
important.
yeah.
It was a choice by you, not by lack of ability.
We'll claim that.
Let's get you out to Everett in Texas. I was just there a week ago today. That's where we did GMA Live last Sunday, and they got hammered with heavy rain and gusty winds, over 90-mile-an-hour winds just outside the city. But look at that. I mean, I-40 was shut down for a time. They had water rescues because of all the rainfall there, and a scary night indeed. Also, just to the east of Denver, Colorado, here you go, Arapahoe Park. Look at the hail coming down there, taking down the leaves off the trees and flooding the streets there in white. We may see similar action, hopefully not to that extent, but some energy coming out of the Great Lakes where we had some damage across the Detroit area. That'll drop down into the northeast tonight. Figure 4 to 7 p.m., I-95, that's when the front comes through. Looking for damaging winds, large hail, maybe a tornado too, or across the highly populated areas of the northeast. So keep a watch out for that. That's a check on what's happening nationally. Time now for a look at your local forecast.
Stormwatch 7 is on weather alert this afternoon. Had the chance for some stronger storms with some damaging winds. Temperatures today should reach the mid-80s by around 2 o'clock. I think we'll have the better storm threat in around the I-95 area from around 4 to 6, but lingering showers and storms continuing through around 8 o'clock tonight. Now, again, high winds, heavy rain, the primary threat in any storms that do develop. Behind this, a much cooler air mass settles in on Monday, breezy. Temperatures in the lower 70s, 78 on Tuesday.
Up next is tennis. No, we're going to do basketball. There's some sort of sports
there is a
story coming up.
And Tom actually knows basketball.
Yeah. It's not part of Dan Harris today, Rob Marciano.
I think the finals are happening right now.
We are just hours away from Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and the Warriors are finding themselves in some sort of unusual territory.
It's a bit of a strange finals. ABC's TJ Holmes joins us for the preview of the game and how the players are gearing up. TJ, good morning.
Great toss to me there, Rob. Thank you. I come in on the weekend, that's what I get. Thank you very much, Rob. Look, there's no reason to panic. It's just one game, okay? The Warriors are down 1-0, no big deal, right? Despite 34 from Steph, and they still lost. Despite game 1, they looked like they were outplayed in every position. And so it's easy to say, don't panic. The Warriors been to 5 straight finals now. They've been here before. Well, actually, no, they haven't. Hours away from Game 2 of the NBA Finals, and the Warriors find themselves in unfamiliar territory.
A celebration underway here in Toronto.
After Thursday's loss to the Raptors, it's the first time in the last 5 years that Steph Curry and company are down 0-1 in a series.
Lowry for three. Bang!
But the defending champs don't seem to exactly be sweating it.
It would have been way more fun being up 1-0. But this is definitely fun.
So we're not hitting the panic button. I mean, we were pretty chill for the most part.
But with both teams getting ready, Toronto's talkative sixth man and global ambassador, Drake, is taking care of the trash talk off the court, posting